Hello, 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 hello. Today's episode we will have Elite 414 on the show. I'm pretty excited to be talking to him because it's been a long time coming. Before we had to postpone the episode, but he is here now. So before we get started, I just wanted to let you guys know that there are always sponsorship opportunities available to sponsor a season or a show, an episode of Rising Vibes. So I'll go ahead and bring him on and we will get started. I think I brought him on. Let's see. Hey sir,
Hey,
what's going on with you?
how are you? Hold on, I'm coming to the phone.
So I
Hold on.
wanted to tell you thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to sit down and answer our questions. I know it's been a long time coming. Uh, that I've been trying to get you away from your busy schedule and ask you some questions.
I'm happy to be here.
So, first, what I'll do is I'll start off with one of my questions, and then I'll get right into the fans' questions. Okay? All right. All right. So,
Okay.
tell me how you got started being into cars.
So my family, we came here in 1994.
From
No dollar, just a dream. So my dad
from
came here
where?
for education. Go ahead.
Okay.
Pakistan. So I came here when I was 9 years old, and everything just happens like by a blessing. That's why I always put up there like, man, I'm blessed to see another 24. Just everything is, when I mean just walk into faith, it's just that's what it is. So I started out selling in the flea market, selling toys and knives and stuff like that. So this one guy, he kind of like took me underneath his wing. And I was like 11, and he was like, "You know anything about speakers and amps?" I'm like, "No, I don't." He said, "It's just a product. All you gotta do is sell a product. I'm gonna give you the best prices in town. All you gotta do is make it happen." And then there's another flea market on the south side of Chicago, south suburbs in Alsip. He's like, "I'm gonna give you a bunch of stuff." And at that time, I didn't even have a car. I took everything on the bus. I put everything on the bus, speakers, amps, I put it on the bus, paid for the extra seat, because this lady cursed me out, like, how you gonna put all this stuff on the bus? And, these people trying to get it on the bus. I said, okay, I paid for this. She like, cool. So I ended up borrowing my buddy's car. I was 14 at the time. Buddy's car, grabbed my dad, just in case. My dad's old. Grabbed him. First day, KP, when I went out there, I sold everything. I didn't even know how to hook up speakers. Everything I put on a table, my man gave me such a good price. I didn't know nothing about it. So imagine buying amps and radios, they weren't even on. So from there on out, I came back. I didn't steal nothing from him. I brought it back. He doubled it. He was like, cool, take this out there. Then I started selling music. So then the music, I always just try to be different. No, I'm the first guy in my family that's into
Really?
cars. We don't come from a car. Oh yeah, we don't come from a car full of cam. We are the typical stereotypical family. Like dad drives a RAV4, brother drives a Highlander, sister drives a Sienna. We Toyota Lexus. We
Right.
real Pakistanis, real immigrants. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody running around LS motor and big wheels and fiberglass bumpers and none of that. So all my friends was like in the streets. So that's what they rode. They rode old cars and like 96 Impalas, and I'm an 80s baby. So that's what we did. So it the that turned into a passion pretty much. Like then I got addicted because I didn't have no safety net. So everything I do now till this day, I'm very addicted. So when somebody deals with me, you're gonna get the best prices, you're gonna get the best communication, because and I put that on my page. I respect the person handed me the money. I don't respect the money. I respect the person handed me the money. You ain't never gonna hear, oh, he shorted me on the money, or he did this, he did that, oh, he ain't called me. None of that. I don't play about no money. Personally, you might say, oh, he didn't talk to me. But my thing is, in my life where I am, I know so many people, I don't have to be friends with everybody. I had to learn that to protect my energy, because I was burning myself out to be buddy buddy with everybody. you know. And then I always get drugged into situations like, oh, KP ordered some wheels. This guy ain't ordered a phone. Can you call the company? No, before I would be gun ho, like, yeah, let me go do all that. So now I don't do that. So that slowly turned into, my dad used to work in a factory, and I wanted to retire him. So I'm like, you know what? Let me open up a shop. I didn't want to open up a shop, but I opened up a shop so I could retire him. So 14 years ago, I opened up Elite and made my dad retire from his job.
You made him, or you asked him? You didn't make him do.
No. Oh, no, I made him because he wasn't going to. All he knows is, so my dad's an orphan. All he knows is work. So all he knows is working to support his family. Like, that's all he did, because in America, they wouldn't validate his degrees. So I literally went in the factory and was like, it was like half baked. I was like, fuck you, because he wouldn't quit. I gave him like a month. He wouldn't quit. He's like, what am I going to do at home? I'm like, travel, see the world. You sacrificed so much for me. Let me do something for you in return. So I bought him a house, made him retire. They go overseas every year. I mean, they're gone pretty much. Well, now they don't do, not as much because he has health issues, but they would be gone 5-6 months out the year. My mom and dad, so I would, sponsor that for them. And then I opened up a shop, and shout out to God, I am the true testament of good energy, good communication, good business is going to put you in the right perspective, and God going to take care of you. I promise you. Everything in my life that I've ever walked into is by chance. I've never, ever in my life planned nothing. I'm the only person that would get on your live and say, I only sell 3-piece wheels. Only. I don't sell no cheap wheels. I don't sell no, like somebody has to call me and say, dude, can you order me some flow wheels? Can you order me some replicas? No, I don't. That's okay, fine. I'll order but that's not what I stock. Even in the industry, I'm known as the 3-piece guy. That's all I've ever sold in my life.
Right.
And in return, I've tried to help everybody, because us as minorities, I don't care what nobody say. If they all look at us as minorities, the urban culture is looked as ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't shit. Like, our money's not respected, and I don't like that, because I feel like we do more than the hot rod guys. So like, now for me to actually get billeted at the Rick Ross show, his eyes opened up. Like, he thought he was gonna come in, and he's like a mentor to me. So he brought his heat. He brought a Chicane. That was a $500,000 car. We brought the Nova. That was a $250,000 car. We had Desi Banks' car there. So he kind of, when he went there, anytime you can give somebody a new experience, he was like, and think about it. Like, this year I might not even go, because I think it's going to be watered down. But last year, anybody that was there, we had no rules, no security. It was like literally somebody's backyard boogie.
Yeah. Last year was a ball. It was a ball.
It reminded me of, you had to be there. And I like that energy, the experience, you had to be there. So now I get to design wheels. I get to do everything that I always wanted to do as a little kid. Like, and companies come to me like, well, hey, what you think? Okay, cool. I'll do it. I won't do it. So it's just a blessing to have a real good name. And that's, I mean, I know I kind of digressed, but that's what got me in the business. He got me in the business, and it was just, for me, it was a way out. Yeah. I couldn't sell drugs. Till this day, my brothers, you call Monte, you can call anybody, they'll tell you, like, bro, gonna tell you up front, like, hey, I ain't about that life. I don't do that. I'd rather in my lane. You know what I'm saying?
So, one thing, like when I'm going to interview somebody, I try to look over, do my research on them. And one thing that I can say that I always got from anybody that knows you, or anybody that has really done business with you, was exactly what you said. He's a good dude, and he does his best to try and take care of me. And that's amazing in this car world. You know that, right?
Oh yeah. People say that, but I don't know. Like, you'll never hear nobody say I owe people money, or I don't have good communication. No, I never. People tell me that all the time, but I ain't never.
But I'm saying what you offer is amazing in this car world, because you ain't gonna get that a lot of places. And it's sad and unfortunate to say, but you ain't gonna get that a lot of places.
Wow. Well, I'm definitely, I stand on that. Like, I feel like I stand on, hey, let me make sure that, that you are satisfied, because I look for the return business. Plus KP, go back to, I know what it's like to, man, like work and like, man, put like I'm an empath too. So like when I hand you your keys and you smiling,
Right.
that's it for me.
Right.
Because then you're gonna come back. Then you're gonna want to do more business with me. Then you're gonna be like, then I'm gonna tell you the biggest, my selling point is me. Like anybody that's ever met me, like you say, when you meet people, first thing they say, they never. It's crazy. You ever notice if you did homework on me, nobody ever says, "Oh, he's a great businessman" or "he gives deals." No, first thing they're gonna say is, "He got great energy.
Mm-hmm.
He got great communication." The rest is history. Because this ain't. Let's be honest. None of this business is a necessity. We
Right.
don't need cars to live. I'm not gonna eat rims. They're not gonna reproduce. So yeah, I mean thank you. I mean I guess I don't take enough. I guess that's like the humble part of me. I'm not gonna sit there and beat my chest and be like, yeah, look at me. You know how guys do in the car world, like, look at me, I reinvented the wheel. No,
Right.
I didn't.
I think what it is people don't understand you go a lot further being humble and just being your authentic self than being something that like society says you should be. You know what I'm saying? People would say, "Oh, well, you need to be more cocky or you need to be more," and you're like, "No, I could just be myself."
Yeah, you'll get a lot further.
Right.
Sugar than salt.
And then the other thing is you touched on repeat business. So you can mark this one thing you're selling me up $1,000, and then I probably will feel like I can't afford to come back to you. Or you can mark this one thing you're selling me up maybe $300, and I'll be like, "Oh, he gave me a great price. I'm going back." So,
fact. And it's about trust too. Like KP, I ain't gonna lie, I've always had like people call me and be like, "You'd be surprised. 90% of my wheel sales, they don't even know what they want. They just, bro, what you think? Bro, what you think? Bro, what you think? Bro, what you think?" That's why people are like, "What are you putting together?" I'd be like, "I don't gotta put nothing together because all my ideas, they're already out here. Like, what you think about this?" And I've always been a creative child. I've always been a creative person. Like, think outside the box, and I always do different. Like think about. I mean. If we're gonna go back, you can go back. Like my Malibu that we posted, that was the first car with fiberglass bumpers in the country. Because I hate chrome. Yeah, that's a fact. If you look 12, 13 years ago, there was not a Malibu with fiberglass bumpers. There was not a Malibu with strut grills. Again, I call Strut. I'm a Strut dealer. I call Strut. And I call Simon at Strut. And this is real. You call Simon now, and I'd be like, "Simon, I want a grill." He's like, "For your Malibu? We don't do that." I'm like, "Why not?" "Oh, it's gonna cost $2,600. Make it." He was like, "You gonna pay that?" I'm like, "Bro, I'm putting an LS motor in the car." We sitting with Kenny Detweiler in I don't know if you know who Kenny Detweiler is. So okay, so we sitting at Kenny Detweiler at SEMA. I go to SEMA every year. This is when we used to do big SEMA builds. So Alpine had a thing where we're sitting at Chip Foods, Kenny Detweiler, the special guy from GM. Like he built all the special cars, like the Turbo TA. He had a hand in that. So we sitting there. So we all just sitting. So we like, "Kenny, what's up?" Because Kenny, I used to be big in the Grand Nationals. I had about 8, 9 of them, big in the Grand Nationals. I love the way they ride. Before they got this crazy prices, I always been a G-body kid. So Kenny had built built my motor. So we talking to Kenny. I'm like, "Kenny, what's up? What you built?" And he like, "I built a sand rail for one of the Arabs, your cousin." We just talking. He like, I said, "Yeah, what you built?" He's like, "I put a turbo on it." I said, "What the car make?" He's like, "The sand rail made 800 horsepower." I said, "What? Is it going to hold up?" He's like, "I don't know. I'm sending it overseas. If it blow up, they're going to be like, make another one." But he said, "I was just surprised that I took a motor out of a Trans Am, didn't do nothing to it, no heads, no nothing." He said, "I put a cam in it for a turbo and put a single turbo on it on a sand rail, car made 800. When I came back from SEMA, I found me an LS1. There was no harness, no nothing for a G-body. We actually put a Trans Am pan, put the GM, mounts in there, cut the frame for it to make it work. I bought the first March kit ever to hit the ground because, like, there was no front drive kit. just to be different. I mean, that was like the last time I would say I put my all into a car. Like it had 27 TVs in it. You couldn't see none of it. I was sitting in this. We did a Bentley, a black label Bentley, and when you sit in the back seat, all the gauges were on top. So the Malibu had all the gauges up top. Then growing up, Star Trek used to be my thing. Like, man, I like that. You know, like that's what came on TV, like Star Trek. So all the TVs we put behind plexiglass, so you couldn't see nothing, kind of to mimic that. You know, I like photography, so the center console looked like
Dang.
a negative reel. So, but you couldn't tell that. I mean, these are details we did in the car
Wow.
13 years ago that people talking about now. So when people talk about tubular suspension, Wildwood, LS motor, March kit, 4L60, ultra leather, I'm telling you, this we did 14 years ago,
Right.
13 years ago. So when guys sit there and talk about, you're like, okay,
Right.
it's been done. Like, what are you doing? Right? Just enjoy your build. I tell everybody, enjoy your build. It doesn't matter
Right.
what you build, enjoy
And
it.
you got to know everybody's in different brackets when it comes to it. Like I might can't build a car
yeah.
like you, but I can build a car like me.
Facts. Big fact. And guess what? You're going to enjoy it. You're going to enjoy your car, man. That's like I drive all the cars. Anything I build, I'm driving them. I don't care what it is. Like the builder owner, he's got about 42 cars. And that's what we talk about now. Like, hey, we need to drive these cars. You got $500,000, $250,000 in cars.
Right.
We got to drive these things. Because if you don't, they will run.
Now, I got a question. What happened to all the Grand Nationals?
Mm-hmm. So, just sold. I've had KP. I've had man. Like that's another thing I've been blessed with. Anything I build, people want to buy. Anything I build, anything. So, and then Grand Nationals work like you got to realize. My cousin is one, and Jason are the two main guys in Chicago that know how to work on Grand Nationals. So once I get them up and gone,
So you sold them?
They're for sale. All the Grand Nationals.
Please.
Yeah. I done had 5 or 6 96 Impalas. I've had every Cutlass you could think of. Now I'm doing a Landau Malibu now. I done had Le Mans, 2+2 cars. I don't like Monte Carlos and I don't like Chevelles. If you look at my page, me, Wade, my boy Daniel, we go back and forth. I do not like Chevelles. I do not like Chevelles. I do not like Monte Carlos.
Okay, we're gonna agree to disagree on that, and we're gonna move forward because
But okay.
Because you know Monte Carlo is my thing. Monte Carlo, Grand National, and C10s are my thing. Of course, I grew up in the dunk capital, so you know I like a dunk.
Yeah. Yeah, so I've had C10s before C10s were hot. I've had 2, 3 C10s. The only reason I don't like Monte Carlos and Chevelles is because that's like the go-to. It's like the monkey see, monkey do car. As soon as you get some money, you're going to go get a Chevelle. Oh, I'm a guy with money. I buy a Chevelle. No, I like Camaros. Go buy you a Camaro. Go buy your split bumper. You feel me? Like to me, that's a real, you got to put your own into a car. If you look at all the Chevelles out here, you got to stick to a guideline. White, black, red, rallies. 90% of cars, I promise you. You don't even have to tell me what your Chevelle is. It's so dope. It's going to have rallies. It's got the same horseshoe shifter. It's got wheels. What's special about it? You know that. You've been around cars, and 90% of cars are going to be what? White, black, red.
And to be honest, that's what made me not go with a regular color on my Monte Carlo. That's what made me go with I was like, I told Hot Shots, I was like, I gotta have a special color. We got to make me a custom color. I cannot do black, white, red. I cannot do burgundy. I cannot do any of those. I cannot do any of those colors on my Monte Carlo. We got to do me a special color.
Same thing, Monte Carlos. When you do right, you're right. It's that we got this
gray,
color, this color, this stripe, this color, this stripe. You know what I'm saying? You get tired. For me, like I said, when I did the Malibu, I'm not saying I reinvented the wheel, but nobody was doing a Malibu. I had 26-inch wheels on a Malibu, offset wheels, 13 years ago. That was unheard of. Nobody's putting 6s on G bodies, right? So everybody's like, man, let's do it. I'm gonna do it. The Grand National, I got to do the same thing. Then I got into T-types because when you buy Grand National, you set to that, that standard. Like, don't do this, don't do that. You can't do this, you can't do that to a Grand National. So I've pretty much owned anything and everything. Hellcats, Corvettes. I don't drink, so I put that little money every night that I'm gonna drink. I put it in a box, and then by the end of the month, I'll be like, well, what can I buy car part wise for me?
So with the Grand Nationals, did you paint them or did you just leave them all black and
black? So I think the last car I did something, Debo and them did it actually. They had a Grand National with an ultra leather interior. I took the black and gray out, and they put a light gray and a dark gray in there because I wanted something different. But I ended up selling the car because I was gonna put an LS in it. So my guy who's doing the car now, he bought the car, and I think he put an LS turbo or supercar or something in there.
In the car world, what do you find is the biggest pain point or the biggest stressor?
No patience. No patience. Like a car is like building your house. It should be kind of like a part of you. It should represent you. You know what I mean? Like your car, it's a special car. That's why your hair is blonde. Your hair could be any color, right? But it's blonde because that's what you like. So when you step out and you see your car, you're gonna be like, oh, okay, that's KP's car. We're like, we know, like it's different. Make sense? But the patience, I feel like the patience are not there, and I'm gonna just throw this out there, and I'm a shop owner. The quality of work has gone down, like gone down. I'll go through this. I got a Malibu. It took a year for them to build my big block. Just didn't understand. It took him 9 months to put my car together, and my car still ain't right. You know what I'm saying? They like, I just dropped it back off, and I just kind of did it because everybody's like, everything got to go perfect for you. No, so I'm showing everybody the teething process with my car, and the man told me he got lifter noise and the car falling flat on his face, and he like, oh yeah, because you didn't put the right gas. I went to Mobile. I didn't go to Citgo or nothing. Oh, you need to put an octane booster in it. I'm like, bro, I've had a 6.0 with some heads. I don't need, but okay, cool. If you say it, then that's what it is. And they got all the Holly Sniper shit on there. So before somebody gets on live and say I don't have it, it's got a 6.0. It's got a Holly Sniper. It got milled heads. It got, it's a crate motor. It ain't no junkyard motor. So everything's been changed on the car. It's just, I feel like the patience of the shop owners and the patience of the people have decreased. I think, and I ain't gonna lie, I believe a lot of this is probably because of COVID. Like, I think COVID has shown a lot of us that we should value time. We should value, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can't get this back. So, yeah, so a lot of people are anxious to get their car. I actually like it. I ain't gonna lie, I love it. I think I've never seen such an increase in the car world. Right. It hasn't been since 2000. Everybody wants a car. They're spending money on the cars. You know that car shows are crazy nowadays. Yeah. Like parking lots be packed. You be like, damn, where do people come from? And then we see some old heads, we see some new heads, and you know what I'm saying? So, but I think the biggest the point I would touch is patience. Like, you gotta have patience to put a car together. Whether you're a shop owner, whether you're a builder or an owner of the car, you gotta have patience. Like, you gotta build this. It's like cooking. You know what I'm saying? You gotta build. If I rush through a meal, you're gonna be like,
right,
what's this? So yeah, I think that's the biggest thing is the patience. Like, it's running out.
Other thing too, to touch on what you're saying is, I tell people this all the time. It used to be a time I would recommend shops, right? But I don't even recommend shops no more, because guess what? I may go to the shop and they do me a certain way, and then you may go to the shop and you be like, dang, KP, you sent me over here and look how they did me. Or time goes down the road that I might find something that's wrong with my car that I didn't know was wrong with my car when they first did it. Or, it's just so many variables. And then the other thing to mention, you would think, like, I was having a conversation with Velt Boy, and he was telling me about all the pains he went through building his car, right? But you would think people like you and a Velt Boy that you guys are very well known in the car world, that y'all wouldn't have problems getting y'all cars put together, right? But y'all have problems too. So that should tell people that anybody can have a problem putting their car together. And it's not about the money. It's about trying to make the best decision to which shop you should go to, and then ultimately maybe not making the best decision. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I man, you ain't never like it ain't about the money because I don't want to pay nobody because I mean I don't want to owe nobody because I believe in tomorrow's not promised. So I'm gonna pay you. Just let me know what it is. I'm gonna come keep paying you till my cars be paid off before I pick them up. But you're definitely right. A lot of people say that. Well, you ain't going through this. What? Yeah,
Right.
I'm going through this. So that's why I started posting like my Malibu this year, like because a lot of people think like I just blink or snap my finger and I'm special, like you said. Oh, you're a doula. They're gonna do something for you. No, I didn't try to send the cars to Atlanta to get them painted. I didn't send cars to like my Mustang. I got a Mustang coming out. A lot of people don't even know. I'm building a Mustang. I'm building a 90 Mustang. And it's gonna have a full Coyote swap in it. Like I'm waiting for my supercharger. If I don't get it, it's fine. I'm doing a 5-lug conversion. I'm doing everything. I'm doing an 8-speed trans. Nobody in town would touch it, so I had to send a car to like it's right outside of like it's East St. Louis is right outside of Detroit. Like my car's
Right.
6 hours away. And
Wow.
it's been there for 14 months for a motor swap. 14 months, motor swap, 15 grand later, I still don't have a car ETA.
Yeah. I think I tell people all the time, bro, you just got to try to make the best decision for you on where to send your car. I'm not sending you nowhere. I'm not telling you where to go.
You know what I tell people? Like people call you and ask, or people call me, buy one done already. I quit. I promise you. I don't recommend nobody. If I don't know you and I can't stand on it, if it ain't like I'm in my brother's shop now. If I can't stand on him and say, yo, what's going on with KP shit, bro? I'm cool. I don't recommend nobody. Like I only recommend people that I know, like, okay, like suspension. I sell a lot of wheels in Chicago. Okay, where should I go? My boys at Westside Auto, my boy Playboy
Right.
Jeezy or Sammy's. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's the people I know I could trust. So they're gonna get you in and out. And then I could call and check them. Because now, see the thing is what people forget to realize is like KP, if you recommend somebody for some wheels, my purpose is besides anything, my
Right.
purpose is to make you look good. And we've
Right.
gotten away from that. You know what I'm saying? Because if I make you look good, then you're gonna be like, person will call back and say, yo, KP, man, my man is amazing. Thank you. Now guess what? You're gonna tell
Right.
other people. That person gonna tell other people. And
You
we've
know, that's
gotten away
the
from
type of
that.
time I'm on. I sell parts, right? So if you send somebody to get some G-body parts, I'm going to be like, hey, yo, I took care of your man. I'm going to call you. I'm going to take care of him. I'm going to call you and be like, hey, dude, look, I took care of your man. Whoop, whoop. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be like, oh, man, that's dope. Because, you know, he was having trouble finding whoop, whatever. And that's how it's going to go. Now, am I going to be able to find every single part? No.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, I'm going to do the best I can to make sure I
Yeah.
take care of your people.
Oh yeah. Because I feel like
Right.
you're gonna do the best job, and I'm gonna recommend you.
If you have not already built your dream car, what's your dream car to build?
I don't have
Really?
a dream car. I don't, man. I sound like an old man. At 38, I sound like an old man. I don't know, cause for me, it's not a dream car. It'd be a challenge car. Like I've sat. I don't have a dream. I don't have a dream car. I got a. You could say I got a challenge car. Like, how do I make this car cool? How do I make this car appeal? And see, the thing is, I got to sit with both sides of the network. Like, I got to sit with the car builders and non-urban community, and then I got to sit here be able to come sit on the block and burn rubber. So it's like, how do I find that perfect balance between the cars I build? I don't know. If I'm just shits and giggles, I don't know,
What?
3-door Suburban from like 70s. Yeah. Cause I love my kids, so every Sunday, if you look at my page, or even I don't know if you look at my stories, every Sunday I do something. Like whenever weekend I have the kids, I take the Sunday off and we do whatever. And my kids love car shows. My kids, you know what I'm saying? They into all that. Hey, so if I could put them in the car and we ride, you know, we going to, you know what I'm saying? Anything. Like, whatever. Like, I got a Jeep Gladiator. They love it because my son calls it the Jurassic Park car. You know, it's on 24x12 Ford Giotto. It's got a lift on it. So in the summertime, we take the doors off. We take the hood off. So for me right now, it would be whatever the kids want. I'm in that, you know, in that world. But it definitely
Right, or a Monte Carlo.
It definitely wouldn't be a Monte Carlo. No, fuck no. And I ain't even gonna lie to you, it wouldn't be no dunk either. Like, no, hell no.
You said you want a 71 dunk.
No, hell no. No, I don't. I like, you know, I'm from the, you know, everybody has a niche, right? Like, I feel like we got the best box Chevys, we got the best G bodies. Like, Chicago is
I would go with you on the box Chevys, maybe,
I'm stamp on that,
but not the G bodies.
And I'm gonna tell you something. We take the crown
Right.
on the details, like definitely on the details. Like my boy talking about, don't fucking do it. It's the truth. I don't want a big car. That's too big of a car. G bodies are just perfect. Like, the suspension is there, the frame is there. I don't have to do nothing. I put a nice little motor. The cars are light. I'm riding. Like,
Now I feel like you challenged me. I'm definitely gonna change your mind on that Monte Carlo.
But I built a dunk. But listen, I built a dunk. Listen, for the guys that I built a dunk way before they were popular. So JD from Dunk Parts, I built a 71 convertible with him. I sold it before he was even done. It was white, black top. I had built it, made him make me a factory grill because I like all that. This is way before the time. Then I did a 73 hard top because when I was growing up, like under Murph and all
Right.
those guys, 73 was the it year. If we had a car, my homies that passed away, he had a car. It was a black car. Everybody knows the car in the city. It was called Black Wall Street. It was a black car, red interior, years ago. It had Santis on it, but it was a dunk. It's too big of a car. You can't put it in every garage.
That's the reason. That's the only reason.
Yeah, I gotta be able to put my kids in the car. That's for me. I gotta have a kid. I gotta be able to put the kids in the car. So yeah, maybe a 3-door Suburban. I don't know. Like I said,
now I like
70 C10
those.
Blazer. You know, just so I can take the top off. I can rock again. I'm gonna come back to that. I'm a dad. I'm not just a father. I'm a dad. So we riding around like I could send you pictures. My kids in Hellcats. You know, SRT Magnums. They're at the track with me. Like, if anybody know me in the city, they know if I got my kids coming to the city. Kids definitely, coming to the city with me. We have to pull up in parks, with the car shows. If my kids are with me, they definitely, World of Wheels, they there. Like, anything I'm involved, my kids are, like, my daughter's, we at the track, car made a pass. She gonna say, Daddy, that car need a motor. You can't say that. Like, she 10, you know what I mean? Like, your car ain't coming chopping past me. She gonna be like, oh yeah, he need a motor.
You know what I seen when I was at Barrett Jackson that I thought was so cool, and I never ever wanted one. You know the Scooby Doo van. They had that at Barrett Jackson. I was like, oh man, I love this.
Yeah, that's a big collector's thing. But what I have seen, if you went to Barrett, you saw that the times have changed. So, like, our generation, the 80s babies, are taking over. Like, if you look at, like, the Bel Airs, the Challengers, the Chargers, there used to be $1 million cars, $200,000 cars. Down. Them people are dead. They dying. Guess what? We taking over. Shit, square body. Think about it. The OBS 454 truck, $100,000. C10, $100,000. Grand Nationals, 50, 60,000. $100,000, $200,000 for a GNX. You know what I'm saying? Don't have a Showtime WE4 car or any of them limited edition T-types. Boom, super high. You know what I'm saying? Like 96 Impalas, 40, 50 grand. You know, 30, 40,000.
Right.
That's because that's what we
I've seen
want.
They hadn't already sold it. It was out there outside because I know you've probably been before to the one in Scottsdale. So it was already outside, already sold. They had like a 53 Bel Air that was sold for like $17,500.
Yeah, I was there because we ran the chicane. So the chicane that we brought to when I usually speak as a billet, like, so billet specialty. Like, I love the people. They're deeply rooted with me. I mean, I love it. the best company I've ever worked with, bar none. I'm talking about I done did 4G, Volano, Amani, great people. But this right here, home. Like, man, the way they cater to you, the way they love you, what you need, appreciate, how can we do? Like I said, even with the Rick Ross thing, they've been making wheels since '85. Don't know nothing about the culture. You want to do that?
Right.
Let's go. Then anything I've ever wanted to do. So like even going to Barry Jackson, he ran a chicane there. And you know, that car was done like 25 years ago. Troy built that car. If people look at his car, Rise by Troy. Troy built the car. I think that car sold for under what it was supposed to. The car was supposed to sell for like 650, 550, but they couldn't, you know, there was something wrong with the technical error because people couldn't, nobody at home could bid on the car because they had a computer error. So even with there, just so you know, because you know you've been there. So the online sales I had a lot. You know what I mean? So just to give you an idea what that car should have sold for, just with the people there, that car went up to $265,000. So imagine if the online was there, it probably would have sold for 450, some shit like that. But yeah, so yeah, it's definitely experience. So like you said, you go out there, you be like, damn, why is this car so cheap? Nobody wants it.
Because if I had been there when that Bel Air went, I could have bought the Bel Air and sold the Bel Air before I even got back to Atlanta. Because you know that's like 17.5. I could have sold the Bel Air for at least 30, 35, 40.
Oh.
Right.
Atlanta is Bel Air County. Bel Air Chevelles, Atlanta got that on lock. I tell everybody that. You want to see the baddest Chevelles, you want to see the baddest Bel Airs, you go to Atlanta. You know, I'll be everywhere, just like how you are. But like Florida's home of the Dunks, West Coast lowriders. Atlanta got A bodies. You know what I'm saying? Naptown got Cutlasses. Cutlasses are deuce and a quarters. And boxes and G bodies. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm sticking to it.
Dula, we're not gonna listen. We're gonna agree to disagree.
Guys.
I can agree with you on them boxes.
Okay, we got box Chevy.
I can agree on the boxes. I can agree on the boxes. I'll agree with you on them boxes. But G bodies, I'm not gonna hold you on them G bodies. It's either gotta be. I'll go with Georgia. But if it's not Georgia, it's somewhere down in the South that's the G bodies.
I'm telling you. Okay. I'm telling you, we got it on the G bodies. We got it on the G bodies, and everything got to be running. Everything got to be running. One thing about Chicago cars, they got to be running. I don't care what nobody say. And our attention to detail, we too hard on our cars. That's one thing about Chicago. We don't give no props. Your car don't come outside. Oh, Midwest period. Like my boy said, Midwest. I definitely would say Midwest. Like Indiana, Chicago, all that. G-body is, man, we are hard. Like, because the thing is, it's not like you guys down there or anybody in the southern states. We only get, if 3 months to rob.
That's true.
So you should have no excuses and no excuses that your car ain't coming out. I'm telling you, look it up, KP. Listen, box Chevys and G-bodies, we got it. I'm telling you, just send me a text later. You ain't got to put it on live. You say, yeah, bro, you was right.
I won't. I'll put it in my story. If I feel like you're right, I'm not one of them people that I'm going to tell you something in front of everybody. And then it's like, if me and you have an argument and we on live, I'm not going to call you and be like, you know what, Dula, I'm sorry. I'm going to put it in my story on my page. You know what, my bad, dog.
No, this ain't no competition. This ain't no sorry. I'm just telling you, like, I know I'm giving everybody props. Think about it. Like, nobody builds better Bel Airs and Chevelles, I think, than Atlanta.
Said majority of Chicago cars don't even hit the internet
at all. We don't. That's what I'm saying. We don't do it for that. Chicago is so neighborhoody, like, and that's another thing I love. I tell people, like, I love Chicago because and the car culture is so neighbor. Like, you can go to just to give you an idea. So Humboldt Park is all, mostly Puerto Rican. When you have them cars will come out for a day. You will never see them out. And nice cars. So it's like North Chicago. I mean, it's a metropolis. So when people try to compare Chicago to any other town, it's like, dude, you can't. Like, we have a metropolis. Like, the car culture, the food, everything is I mean, a million people coming in out of
Well,
the
it
city.
could be cars that I've never seen, so I may have to give you that. But if I haven't seen them, how am I supposed to know about
Okay, I'm gonna give you a prime example. G bodies are just a smaller
them? Okay,
box Chevy,
okay. But I've seen the box
right?
Chevys out of Chicago.
We
I
can agree
can't.
to disagree.
If I don't see them, how am I supposed to know?
Okay, if you didn't see nothing else, okay, I'm gonna take the charge on this. Okay, I'm gonna say the Midwest. Whether I'm gonna represent the Midwest. Nobody had a harder G body
Mm-hmm.
than the Malibu was out 10 years ago. And we've been coming out with hits. The boy Kool-Aid was in the Rise magazine. You know, this boy named Bam had a Malibu. It's a bunch of cars that do not, you know what I'm saying? Like, even the boy Pooh from Mill State, he put two LS Monte Carlos together. Even his wagon is in Atlanta now. His Malibu wagon. Like, I haven't seen a nicer wagon in the country.
Well, like I said, I'm gonna agree to disagree with you on that.
You know who? As far as G body goes, you know who got a killer G body build coming out? A lot of people don't even pay attention to the boy from Michigan. He had that gray one with the billets with the blue interior with the LT4 motor. He's building a convertible for his wife right now, and I'm talking about that car is done to the T. Like, hats off to him. He got roaster shop frame. He's doing a drop top cutlass.
I can't wait to see it.
Like, I'm talking about.
Ugly. I'm a G-Body fan all the way. So so no matter where it is, I mean, it's all fun, but no matter where the G-Body is, I'm just a G-Body fan. Like, I love them. Right. So in reference to being a shop owner, a car builder yourself, what's your best piece of advice for somebody looking to get into building a car?
The best advice, know your budget. Know your budget. Know your budget and be comfortable. Be comfortable with what you got going on. So your budget is this. Stick with your budget. There's no reason for you to say, KP's doing this, so I'm gonna do this. And I think we have a lot of that in this car world right now. Oh, KP's got coilovers. I'm gonna want coilovers. Why do you want coilovers? You don't even know what coilovers do. I want tubeless suspension for what? You got a 350 in your car. You know what I mean? Like, just know what your budget is, and this way it saves shop owners headaches. It saves you a headache for expectations that won't be broken.
He had said last week when I interviewed him, 95th Street Press, he said a lot of men are building cars for their homeboys or for men now. It used to be back in the days where men were building cars for the women to look at. What do you think about that?
Big facts. I would agree to that. But you know what's so crazy? I've never, real car guys, and I've been around the old heads, you never build a car for anybody but yourself, right? In my Malibu, only girl's ever been in a car is my ex-wife. I've never rolled with a woman in the car because I guess Chicago's a little bit different. You got to worry about the guys that want to steal the car from you. See, for me, it's the security thing. Now I got somebody's daughter, mother, whatever in the car. So now you got to worry about somebody pulling out the car. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's definitely, I would agree with them that before you build a car for yourself or the girls, like, you riding around, girls don't care about, you got this big supercharger motor. Girls don't care about, let me pop the hood. You got tubeless suspension? Let me pop the hood. You got stainless steel suspension? Oh, let me pop the hood. You got Wildwood brake? You know what I'm saying? Oh, what kind of music in your trunk? What brand music you got? You think girls, is this ultra leather? No. All the girl want is for you to be some slick. You bumping some old school Dusties, R&B. Got the highs blaring. Got the trunk bumping it just a little bit because she don't want a lot of bass. Because you're not going to give her a headache because whatever she's sipping on.
Right.
And you just want to ride. Forget about your trouble.
Right.
Trouble.
And we don't, does it run? Are you going to be able to pick us up and make it where we're going and make it back to where we're going back to? I won't say me because I'm not a typical girl, but most girls, they don't care. They don't even know what an LS is. They just want to know, can you pick me up and can we get back to where we're going?
And okay, I'm gonna address this for everybody, and you could agree. I've never heard nobody address this on your show. Whether you got an LS, whether you got a supercharged motor, whether you got whatever, you're gonna smell like gas. Okay.
Tell them, Dula.
I hate when people say that. My car fuel injected. My car's fuel injected. I'm not gonna smell like gas. Hey, bro, you're gonna smell like gas unless you put. That's why they created Cadillac converters. If you got converters on your car, you will not smell like gas. But if you don't have no converters on your car, come on, Jay. And people blow me with that shit. You can have a Shafroth motor. You can have a BES motor. You could have anything. You could have the best of the best guy build your car. When you get out that car, you're gonna smell like gas.
How you feel about that candy smelling stuff they putting in the gas now? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. So that's why I started doing. That's why I like cars running E85. To me, it smells like pine saw.
So you rather E85?
Yeah.
You say pine saw?
Yeah. You get boost. Yeah, it smells like pine saw, and you can run all the boost you want, and it's cheaper than race gas. Who got $10 or $11 for a gallon on the race gas, and E85 is available everywhere. So yeah, definitely, yeah, it smells like pine saw. You get out there, you're like, okay.
Would you race?
Clean. I have raced before, but I mean, we used to street race, so that's for me. It was that was the fun thing to do. Like I'd rather street race than track race. But nah, I don't see it because I feel like it affects a lot of egos. If I was gonna come out and race, I would build a car for bracket racing and just go bracket racing, come to the track, do that. I don't see too many people. Like I've been the money man before, holding the money. Oh, he red lighted, he did this, he did that, he did. Oh man, just you lost. Take your loss. Right.
Would you like for your kids to be into cars or well, not into cars, because you already know your daughter is already like headed that way. Would you like for them to take over your business? Why?
No. This ain't for the weak hearted. Like, like people, as soon as people spend money with you, they get real disrespectful. They feel like they own you. You know what I'm saying? They get disrespectful. They vulgar language. They feel like you just, and bro, you don't own nobody. You know what I'm saying? So and as far as my kids being in the cars, nah, this is the worst drug ever. You don't even get high for this. You get frustrated. And everybody on this live can contest this. If you can't contest this, you're not a real car head. You could be shining good, running good. You're going to look real good on that tow truck.
Right.
I hate when people get on your page and don't talk about this. Hey, you're not ready to sit on that tow truck? Don't build you no old school. And I don't care if you got 200, 300. I don't care, KP, who you want to tag. I guarantee you, anybody that's a real car head, real car guy, actually drives their car is gonna be on that freaking tow truck, and you're gonna be sitting right there with the tow truck man with your Sunday's best on. Like, yeah, well, I was just riding and that motherfucker cut it off, and now it ain't starting.
It's gonna be something. It's gonna be you don't hit a pothole and bust your tire. It's gonna be.
Boy, I'm telling you, that's so no. So as for my son. No, he wants to be a scientist. Take your butt over there. My daughter, she's a thug. I don't know what to do with her, but we're going to figure it out. But one thing I know, hopefully, man, somebody just said it, building cars like smoking dope. I think dope would be better because you at least get high and you chasing the high. This here, I'm a car builder. Then I get a phone call. My wheels come in Thursday. Listen, KP, to meet deadlines, I done bought plane tickets to put wheels on the plane to overnight them to get them to here in Chicago just to meet deadlines. I'm sitting at Southwest Cargo like what are you here for? I'm not here to pick up passengers. I'm here to pick up rims. So yeah, no, I wish this was a great way out for my family. It was a great way out to be successful for me. I don't know what the future holds. I tell everybody, like, I want a new hobby. I want to do something else. But for my kids, no, I don't even want them to be, no. This is, no.
What's one of the biggest things you wish you would have known before you got involved in the car world?
Learning how fake people are.
And why you didn't tell me?
So I'm the guy. Listen, I'm the guy, like you said, anybody. And this is a real life fact. So where I come from, Your word is everything. Your respect is everything. So and then you definitely, like, what you say out your mouth, you're gonna have to own up to it. And I don't care where I am. We can get anybody on this live. Anybody knows me personally knows I have never
Right.
played with nobody's money. So with that returns, you think people are gonna treat the same way, your morals are gonna be the same way. That's not true. People will backdoor you, people for a different thing. I don't help people set up accounts, people that we know, that you know, you don't. I don't have to put their business out there, but for real, like, I don't have to get accounts. I don't have to get in better situations, and then they walk around like you ain't never did nothing for them.
Listen,
So yes, if anything, I would know it would have been to say, hey, you are all you got, and pay for all your favors. And I tell everybody that in this car world, you open up a shop, make sure you have enough money. Ain't no brothers. You'd be lucky to have 3 good people in your team. I promise you that. Other than that, you pay for everything, spend on what you want. Don't expect nothing from nobody. And I wish I knew that before I got in the car world. And I'm doing favors for people. Hey, let me do this for you. Let me do that. Oh, you going to SEMA? Let me do this. Oh, this is the Dub Show. I paid for this. Oh, you scratch your wheel. It's okay. Let me put a lip on it just so you can make the show. I mean, I done did everything. We talking about accolades. I've been everywhere. You know, Rise Magazine, Dub Show, put SEMA cars on the SEMA floor. You know, won SEMA awards. You know, anything you name, we've been there first. You know, like to do, been there, done that. You know, 4G Fest thing. It didn't matter. We had a car there. Like I said, Rick Ross thing. We took home, I think, the second place in the Chevy, the Nova that was there. So, but yeah, if I had to learn anything, I wish somebody would have told me, like, say, hey, these people ain't happy
you
for
know
you.
when I found that out, and I say it all the time, and I think people kind of get upset with me that I say this, but when I figured it out, really wasn't when it was directed towards me. It was when it was directed towards somebody else. For an example, I could see me and you could be standing there conversating, right? We having a good conversation. You walking away thinking, oh man, KP, she cool. We cool. Like this is my girl. And you walk away and I'm talking about you like a dog. Like I mean like and at that particular time, it wasn't even me. It was that you were standing there talking to somebody else and you walked away and they talked about you like a dog. And me, I'm smart enough to know if they did that to you, what do I think they're doing to me? So
Oh yeah.
that was when I really got hip to the fact that, oh man, these people are, and it's not just, I don't think it's just car people. I guess I'm just using that as an example because that's what we're mostly surrounded by.
Oh, that's life. That's life.
Right.
Period. That's
And
life. Period.
and when I started to look at them people different, I was like, bro, I can't mess with him or I can't mess with her because that's what you're doing to him, and he's thinking y'all cool. Don't be in that man's face if you don't mess with him. So that's when I started to get hip, and that probably was maybe about a good 3-4 years ago that I started to get hip to that type of stuff. Because I'm like you say, I want to help everybody. And I had to understand that when you helping everybody, when you pouring out of your cup, when you pouring your water in everybody else's cup and you run out of water, who's going to pour water in your cup? You're going to be thirsty.
Oh yeah. Now the trick to that is, and I learned this early, way early in life. The trick to that is you pour enough and you let them drown themselves, but you don't empty your cup out. So when they think you empty,
Right.
you still moving around. So I always tell people, I'm gonna give you enough rope for you to hang yourself. And what gets me in trouble is, I got on my phone, I wish I could show you, I got a thing. I got reminders to say, don't trust people, don't trust none. Because my thing is, I just want to. Ain't nobody ever gave me a helping hand to win. So I always, like I said, I'm first generation. I didn't know the language. I didn't know the culture. So I always try to help somebody. I always try to do whatever to make sure, like, man, we could make it. We're gonna do it. Whatever I can do, whatever. Just come to me. Like, even customers come to the shop. Hey man, I'm happy. I don't like. Okay, what you want me to do? You want me to knock something off your bill? No problem. Let's do it. Let's keep it going. But for me, it was what I help somebody so much, I'm in the hole. Or I done seen you go so far out, like, damn, I done 200,000-300,000
Right.
sent your way. You know what I'm saying? Easy. Like, man, I don't have people come in and say, yo, okay, I want to start this business. No problem. I know for a fact 3-4 shops that I know or people that have done businesses, me myself, because of my name in the city, that made 300,000-400,000 more than that off of me. You know what I'm saying? Off of my name, my recommendation. Hey, go see my people. Go see my people. But when it comes the other way around, it's like it's not reciprocated. But the people that do reciprocate,
Right.
I hold them real well. You know what I'm saying? Like real well, close to me. Because KP, you got to realize, I'm just not one of them shop owners, and I contest to this. Anybody on this live can I'm not one of them shop owners
Right.
that you're not gonna see outside. I'm outside. If you watch my
Right.
story, my live, listen, I'm at the day parties. I'm at the club in the section with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm outside because at the end of the day, I'm still human, and I never see none of these car people or anybody that feeds off the culture outside. Never. I'll say it again. It's few. It's very, you know this, and I'm not lying.
You ain't lying.
They take your money and go where?
Party with their people.
They ain't never pulling up to your barbecues or pull up to the old school and I'm coming to you. Oh man, it's your birthday. You know how many people I done sent? Oh, it's your birthday. They haven't shopped with me in years. I'm gonna send you $100. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you locked up. Okay. Person call me. Oh yeah, can you put 50 on my books? No problem. You might want to talk to your daughter. You know, and that's why I tell people it's easy to make money off the culture, but you don't put nothing back in the culture.
You better say that.
But that's why I ain't never had no problem going nowhere. I be everywhere, right hand to God. I mean, I swear to God. I mean, I'm a Muslim anyway, so I feel like this life is a test. Our afterlife is where it's at. So if I treat people right, I don't got no problem moving through the city. Whatever it is, whoever's done business with me, what's up? Let's have a conversation. What's going on? What's up? What you need? What's up? Talk to me. What your budget is? What's up? I don't order wheels for guys. KP and be like, man, I need 6 months. Cool, no problem. At least you're telling me. And I've ordered wheels, no problem. Boom, order your wheels, no problem. Sit there. Just give me 500 a week, 200 a week, 300 a week. As long as I have communication.
Right.
Communication is key. You know what I'm saying? I'm digressing from the point, but that's what it was. I felt like I don't have communication. I didn't have a team. I don't have nothing. But I think it's a growing process. So then you build a team. Then you build who, like you said, you could trust. Like, hey, who do you recommend? Oh, go here, go there. You know, and that's, I feel like that's what I had to learn. Like,
right,
hey, who can I trust and not
trust? And the average person got trust issues anyway. So then when you come through and you mess up my trust yet again, oh boy, you know what I mean?
See, I would tell this to all business owners. For one, go to therapy. 2, once a month, take a trip. If you ever watch my page or anybody watches my page, it's crazy. My followers know. They see my Louis backpack and some shoes. I'm gone. I'm out of here. Like, I am gone. Like, I'm gone for 2-3 days. Monte will tell you, I go to Monte house, I'm sleeping. You know, bro don't even like nobody. So I'll be at Monte house and I'll be sleeping, like, cool. Or my boys down in BMS, you know, you should get him on I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna send you this thing. You got to, Brian, definitely get him on the show. Brian is one of the premier off-road guys in the country. He got about 34 people that work under him. You know what I'm saying? And they do stuff for SEMA all the time. But I'll go down there for a few days just to find my sanity, like you say, to, you know, because that's the thing, like you said. And people tell me all the time, like, bro, you always giving chances. Yeah, because guess what? You never know.
Right.
That's how I gamble. I'm going to take a chance on you if I can. If KP calls me, give me a business plan, say, hey, I want to make these hinges ain't nobody ever made. Cool, let's do it. If we don't believe in each other, who gonna believe?
Boy, you know what? If you ain't the male version of me.
But that's what keep me the business. I promise. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. The shop has been around 14 years. Do you know we do 0 advertising? We have never had a grand opening.
Wow.
I don't even have a website. I'm gonna tell you something so crazy. I don't even have a tire machine.
Wow.
So you think my name ring and all that? You know why? Because I know how to break bread with my team. KP, you got a tire shop? Guess what I'm doing? I'm bringing you all my wheels. So your family can eat whatever you charge me 100, 150 bucks to mount a set of tires. Cool. I'm grabbing them, dropping them off. You made money. I made money. Everybody in my circle
Everybody
made money.
eating.
Life goes on. And I promise you, I say this all the time. If you not up to the par yet in my team, I'm the quarterback and the running back.
You know, I respected you before this interview, but I think I respect you that much more for all the things that I've heard today. So I definitely got to salute you. I do have two last questions. So one is,
Yeah, go ahead.
what would you say your shop specializes in? Okay.
Quality. Everybody knows. You come to Elite. Listen, in Milwaukee, Chicago, I don't care what nobody says, down to our wiring, down to our, like, I tell people, my guys all the time, I don't care if somebody goes in and they're like, they're expensive. That's fine. We're expensive. We're not the cheapest. But one thing they're not going to say is the stuff wasn't soldered. They used cheap material. The stuff didn't work out right. Or they don't stand behind their product. I'm going to stand behind all my work. You could, oh, this blowed up. First thing I'm going to say is bring it back. Oh, that happened. Bring it back. And we're the only people, even on Harleys, nobody's going to get on your live and say this. Even on Harleys, we guarantee our work.
Wow.
Lifetime. Your labor, if you bring me your car for music and I put music in your car, speakers and subs, we guarantee the labor for a lifetime. So you could have an issue 7 years from now. You bring it to the shop, I'm not going to charge you to look at it. Now I'm going to charge you to replace the speaker because the speaker blowed out, but definitely never going to charge you to look at it, never going to charge you to come pull up, never going to charge you to be like, okay, what's going on? No, none of that. If our fuses fail, if something connection goes loose, that's covered. We don't charge you for that.
Wow.
Because that's how I would want to be treated.
So, last question is, when you're sitting in your rocking chair and your teeth are in a glass and you drinking your lemonade, what would you like for your legacy to be? You ain't gonna be sitting in your rocking chair.
Right hand to God, boy. I don't even know how to sit still. My mama ain't never knew where I've been. I promise you, right hand to God. I've been an outside kid my whole life. I don't want to retire. I don't want to sit in no rocking chair. I don't got no dreams. I'm gonna be a hustler for life. There's no way. If I gotta go sit at Walmart and greet people, I'm gonna do that. Because one thing I learned, the worst thing I did for my dad and the best thing I did for I felt like was the best thing is the worst thing as I made him retire, because things that stay in motion, they'll keep going. So for me to stop, I ain't never gonna do that. That's why I switched. Think about it. I switched. I used to be at the shop 7 days a week, 6 days a week. What's going on? This and that. Now I even make my own time. That's what people don't realize. I don't have to sell rims. The shop carries itself. I got a shop. I'm blessed. I have a team, a shop manager, my older brother. The shop still make money. I get to do what I want to do. I'm out in Hawaii, wherever, working through the phone. I saw 3 sets today. I make my own schedule. I work when I want to work. I make a drop-offs when I want to. Like the boys from Atlanta call me. Oh, I want some billets. No problem. I'm going to drop ship them to you. Why would I quit?
So it sounds like your legacy is going to be you were always a hustler.
That, and I'm a great guy. I got great energy.
Right. Dula, I tell you, this was a great interview. I think I probably smiled through the whole thing. So, again, I appreciate you. Where's the next place that anybody can catch you, and how do they reach you? If they just want to purchase some rims or whatever they want to do, how do they reach you?
My Instagram is elite_414. My phone number hasn't changed since PrimeCo, like Cellular One. I'm at the same number 20 some odd years. You know what I'm saying? So even if you need an ear, just call me. And then where do you gonna find me? I'm outside. I'm outside. Like, what's up for real? I'm at Stuntfest. I'm at anywhere I'm outside. I promise you, KP. I can't stress this. I'm telling you, like, if you knew me, and that's another thing I say, it'll never be a dull moment. Never. Around me, you're going to be smiling just like that. Never a dull moment. Life is too short. Before we whatever, just to kind of put this in, I was in a coma I had a drunken driver hit me. I was in a coma for 3 years. I mean 3 days. I was paralyzed from the neck down. I had to teach myself how to walk. I had to teach myself how to short-term memory, all that. So I'm outside no matter what. Like I am, man. I want to enjoy life. I done traveled everywhere. You think I done, even in the pandemic, I was in Costa Rica. I was in, the DR. Like I'm outside. Reach out to me. I'm at the gas station. Dude, I want to ride. Hey, I need your advice. What's up? Hey, okay. Hey, what do I want to do? 22s. You could do 22s. Depends how low your car is, but you could do 22s on a Monte Carlo all day. You could even do a 4, but you got to run a super skinny tire, like a 255/25. But for regular ride, you could just put 22s on there and be cool. I mean, that's the best advice I can give you. Or you could put a 20 with a fat tire, but then you're gonna look retarded. So 22 I would do, or 22s in the back, 20s in the front if you're really gonna slam the car.
How long ago was the coma?
That's 5 years ago. 5 years ago, I was riding home. Everybody knows I smoke hookah, so anywhere I go, the first thing they better have hookah because I'm chilling there. So I'm on my way home smoking hookah, listen to the Gap band. Next thing I woke up, I'm in a coma with a neck brace on. I can't feel the bottom of my legs. I cannot feel nothing, and for 3 days have gone by. And that's why I love my kids, KP. Like the doctor was like, "Hey, paralysis is in you. We can't give you nothing." I was crying. I'm like, I can't even wipe my own tears.
Right.
I got heel spurs. Like if you see me walk, my feet always hurt. Like I wear foams. I started wearing foams. I call them fat people shoes because they're comfortable. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm a sneakerhead. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, my son literally, I promise you, and I don't know what it is, and that's why I believe in God. And throughout this whole interview, you see I bring up God so much, and I thank God because, like, my son came to me and was like, "Hey, I want to go get this candy, and I want my dad to take me to the vending machine." And I bullshit you not, I prayed so hard, and I know this sounds cliche and Academy Award type bullshit, but I'm telling you, KP, I grabbed my IV thing and I grabbed the little stand and I picked myself up and hey, ass cheeks in the wind, gown open, we stumble into the goddamn vending machine. You hear me? With my orange socks on, with my neck brace on, buying my son something. But it's okay. I'm gonna tell you a quick story. So Wade just got on here. You know how I met Wade? On some just man asking. I mean, I wish he could. Every time I see him talk to Wade, it's a good. We don't talk about business. We don't talk about rims. We talk about me and him. Like, what's up, bro? Like, where I'd be like, man, if you don't give me a smile, I'm gonna put a picture of you with braces on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got real life. You know what I'm saying? Just every time I see him, bro, what's up? Like, I met him when he was like just up and coming, and hey, what's up? What's going on? No problem. Let me put your stories up. Let me do this. Let me do that. Always like just I don't know. It don't cost nothing to be.
You know what? That you mentioned that. Not to get off subject, but I agree about Wade. Like it's here's the thing. Like for me, I just try to surround myself with good people, and I'm not even sure how I got here when it comes to the circle of people that I have around me, right? So I have people that are like really well known, that are celebrities, that are like celebrities in movies and different stuff, and then car celebrities and just different walks of life. But my whole thing has always been to try to surround myself with good people. And I'm blessed and fortunate to have people like him around me as well. And they're actually, like you say, when we talk, we can talk about business, me and him, we do, but we don't have to talk about business. He's like, how you doing? And I seen you ain't smiling, you ain't laughing, you good? Those are the important things to me.
And Wade to tell you, like when I first met bro, we was chilling and we was sitting at, 4G Ben had this thing, and I probably was like the first one of the very guys there. Like man, man, we always talk about the culture, and I told Wade like, bro, we gonna blow this shit up. Watch, like this shit gonna come, and this is like 8-9 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, like, wait, it's gonna get there. So for me, it's always about the culture. The culture got to get, and I get tired of we sitting in rooms and they don't respect our money. And I'm telling people, when you sit at this counter, whether you're black, purple, as long as you are not,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? Right. You're not a hot rodder, because not everybody's like that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm gonna say. Forget that. If you're not a hot rodder and you're not riding, you know, the hot rod wheels, you know, because for them, think about it. Years ago, they never made sense to. They never thought
Right.
cars with big rims would go that fast.
Right.
It doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? Like, but for me, it's always about what can we do to push this culture to the next level? Like, what do bro need? What is that? Like I said, I ain't never, man, just always, what's up? What you need? What's going on? What's up? And like you said, that man, you're gonna get so much further with
Right.
that than anything. And I've done business with everybody you could think of, shops, personally, like, let's
Right.
do it. You know what I'm saying?
So, Dula, is there anything else you would like for your fans, followers, supporters, hell, I guess even your haters to know before we get out of here?
I don't got no haters. Shit, I think even the haters is there because they can't understand
true.
the success. You know what I'm saying? So I don't got no haters. I wish they would just jump in my inbox and I say, yo, let's get this money together. Like I told Chevy that. I said, Chevy, I'm about getting money. Hey, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, let's put you on.
Look, you know you're talking my language now, right?
And we ain't. Shit, come on. I'll put you on the payroll too.
You know you're talking my language.
Like I'm always, man, I'm always about let's get money. Like even if I'm dating somebody, my thing is I want the best version of you. I speak that. Like all the time. Like, hey, I want the best version of you, because if you're happy, then you're gonna give me the best
Right.
version for me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't got no haters. Definitely, if they don't
Right.
like me, just talk to me. You know what I'm saying? And for the supporters, man, please, just if you need wheels and you guys are complaining about these people taking so long and with the money, reach out to somebody that know me, reach out to somebody that knows me. Let's get you some wheels. Let's make this car shit fun again. Like, it ain't that hard. Let's do it, man. It's like, as long as your communication is right, as long as you're right, hey, get in tune with me, even through you. Like, I'm gonna tell you, like I tell everybody, listen, you sell a set of wheels, I'm hitting you off commission.
Right.
It don't have to be a lot. 100, 200, 300, it don't matter. But guess what? Because I
Right.
wouldn't have that sale.
And it was more than what I had.
So listen, that's how I make a lot of money, believe it or not. People call me, be like, man, my boy needs some wheels. Cool. I sell the wheels, I send him like $50 referral. What? Yeah, people will do shit for free, but so I would say, hey, anybody that could help me just make my business keep going or growing.
You know,
let's get money together.
You already know.
That's how I look
People
at it.
be always asking me about billet wheels, and I'm okay. All right, call Dula.
No, you ain't gotta call Dula. Listen, send you a picture of what you need. Send me that picture. I'm gonna give you a price. Don't add nothing on it. This is what I hate. Listen, everybody, listen to this. If you've seen American Gangster, listen to me. The prices I give you is Blue Magic. Don't put your tag on it.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna give you something off of that. Don't be like, this too cheap. I can
Right.
get more. Don't do that. Whatever price I'm gonna give you, put that price on there. Tell them that price. When we make the deal happen, and that's another thing I'm gonna learn. So when you're back part of my team, we never take money off from the front. We always gotta wait for the back end, and that's what I learned in business. A lot of times I'm successful because I wait for the back end. That helps you move a lot. I think we should touch that. If as a business owner, you gotta play chess, not checkers. Your money has to be, you can't just. A lot of people, and I'm telling you, KB, it takes a lot of control when you're touching that type of money. Think about it. You paid. I sold 3 sets today. That's $3,000 a piece. That's $9,000, right? Instead of me sending that money right away, I could be like, oh my God, KP, I can spend $2,000 in a Malibu and then send the 7,000, and then hell no, because now I'm robbing. That's
right.
A lot of people do that. No, I'm gonna sit back on the back end. Buddy, pay these wheels off, whatever money I make.
Right. And at the end of the day, it's coming. You just gotta have patience.
And I promise you, shout out to God, knock on wood. Please, God, keep me the same way. I've never had an issue. I only sell the
Right.
3-piece wheels. I've had other shops kind of be condescending, like, what's up, Mr.
Okay.
3-piece? That's me.
Right.
Thank you. You sell cheap shit. I
Right.
don't sell cheap shit.
So
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate this. Like I said on people's lives, and I said, like, it's crazy. Me and bro be like, man, we need to do a podcast because for me, it's life. This is like my life, like good energy, you know, helping people. I could with anything, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, we need to do this, get you on. And then even with like, man, other things we could touch, and I tell people, like, I don't see color, I don't see nothing. I got mixed kids at home, you know what I mean? So I just, like, me as a person is just, I see people for them, not, I give everybody a fair chance. So I still got to put kids
Right.
through college. Okay. Hey, on this show, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to build me a Chevelle.
You gonna build a Chevelle?
I'm going to build me a Chevelle.
Okay.
Fuck it. I'm going to do one. So let's order these wheels. Help me build this Chevelle. I already got a 632 sitting on the floor. Yes, it's a Merlin block. It got Brodex head, hydraulic roller, everything. I'm ready. So fuck it. Hey, support Dula. GoFundMe.
We got you.
Build me a
Listen,
Chevelle.
you said a lot of things that my wheels was turning, so I already know, you know, quite a few things that I'm gonna be sending your way. So yeah, my wheels already turned. I don't know if you saw the wheels turning, but they turning.
I saw the smoke. I thought it was special effects. I thought it was smoke. I didn't know that was.
You had my brain
Steaming over
smoking.
there.
But Dula, listen, I appreciate you taking time out of your schedule. I know you're a busy man, so we appreciate you sitting down and letting me pick your brain and talk all this good stuff you talked today. You know, I definitely like I said, I have that much more respect for you having this conversation today. All right.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a good night. Guys, so if you missed any of today's episode of Rides and Vibes, I'll have it uploaded on YouTube in probably about the next 30 or 45 minutes. Make sure you click the link in my bio and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank you for everyone that purchased badges. Thank you for everyone that tuned in. And thank you guys for supporting for almost September will be the 4th year of Rides and Vibes. So again, if you missed any of today's episode, make sure you click the link in my bio, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I will have this episode uploaded in about the next 30 and 45 minutes. I will see you guys next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for another episode of Rides and Vibes. Good night.